conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the November meeting of the Audit Committee and of the full board. For members of the public attending remotely, we ask that you please close other programs on your computer or phone, silence your cell phone, and mute your audio when not speaking. Agendas for today's meeting are available at hrbrrd.ny.gov under board meetings. The conference organizer will monitor the program's chat function for anyone wishing to address the board during the public comment period during the meeting of the full board. For anyone wishing to address the board, kindly use the chat function or email, brao@hrbrrd.ny.gov, or simply speak up during the public comment period during the full board meeting. I will now turn the gavel over to Mr. Hayes for the Audit Committee meeting, where the first order of business will be the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This time, I have to call to order the Audit Committee. Mr. Leslie, could we have a roll call?
Committee Chair Albert Hayes.
Here.
Committee members Kenneth DeWitt.
Here.
Richard Byrd.
Here.
And Timothy Reagan.
Here.
Board Chair Mark Finkel.
Here.
Board member Mr. Candido.
Here.
And Miss Allen.
Here.
Executive Director John Callahan.
Here.
General Counsel Robert Leslie here. Chief Engineer Robert Fultan is going to be with us on video at some point. Chief Fiscal Officer Timothy Manicha.
Here.
And the Director of Administrative Services, Stephanie Rizicki.
Here.
Most are accounted for.
Thank you, Mr. Leslie. This time, I wonder if I could have a motion to adopt or revise the meeting agenda.
I'll second it.
I'll make that motion.
Mr. DeWitt, Mr. Reagan.
Thank you. All in favor?
Okay.
Aye.
Any opposed? No opposed. At this time, I wonder if I could have the approval of the October 15, 2025 Audit Committee meeting minutes.
I will. I'll second.
Second.
Byrd, Mr.
We're gonna
Reagan.
go this way.
Get them before I get up there. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? There are none. Okay, we are under committee business. We have some new business. We have a motion to approve in advance to the full board a resolution approving BPAS to perform GASB 75 valuation for fiscal year ending June 30, 2026. Mr. Manicha.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The resolution begins on page 4 of your packet, and the BPAS engagement letter can be found on page 6. GASB statement number 75 relates to accounting and reporting on the estimated costs of other post-employment benefits. The regulating district implemented this standard 5 years ago. That implementation requires a new actuarial evaluation, not just an update of a previous one every 2 years. BPS has satisfactorily conducted 6 actuarial evaluations for the regulating district, most recently for 2024. We therefore ask the board to approve this resolution authorizing an agreement with BPAS in an amount not to exceed $9,000, $7,000 of which will be spent for the fiscal year 2025-2026 full valuation, and up to $2,000 which will be spent for the fiscal year 2026-2027 update. And I'm happy to answer any questions you may have about this proposal or any related topics.
When they do this process of going through and stuff, and you're taking a look at it from your budgeting standpoint, from the numbers that they give you based on, how close do they come out to what you actually have to budget on this? We do it every other year, you said, right?
We do the full valuation every other year.
Every other year.
We know because we pay the bill
Yeah.
for health insurance for both active employees and retirees every single month. So we have a very good idea of what the cash outlay is going to be. And the cash outlay is the basis for our budget. These numbers and the financial statements that they are a part of are done on a full accrual basis. So the time and the recognition of revenues and expenses is different between a full accrual basis and a cash basis. And so while helpful to know and to be able to disclose to users of the financial statements what the present value of this long-term stream of payments is going to be, from a purely budgeting perspective, the best source of information is we can calculate with some accuracy based on how much we're going to be charged.
Just on your
each
last
month.
occurrence, on your occurrences, and
And-
then figuring whatever's happened to the market.
And come next month, we will know what the cost per month for individual coverage, family coverage will be for the 2026 calendar year.
With the healthcare costs going like they are, and then the stock market going like it is, I just was curious of going and saying, okay, how does it go? How much does it relate really back to what we end up having to pay for those?
So stock market, not so much, because we don't have assets to offset any of these.
But the pension
upcoming
plans
costs.
do though, don't they?
Pension is a
Yeah.
different story.
Okay, so pension's not in this.
Pensions is not,
Gotcha,
just
okay.
about other post-employment.
Okay, gotcha. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Minicha. Is there anybody have any more questions? If not, then no other new business, but I'd have a motion to approve the advance to the full board.
I make that motion.
And a second,
Mr. Reagan, Mr. Byrd.
all in favor?
Since it's
Any
only
opposed?
4 Sunday.
Hear none?
Got it.
And now we come to the adjournment. Anybody would like to
I'll make that motion.
make that motion?
Your turn,
Any
sir.
second?
Mr. DeWitt, Mr. Byrd. You're out at 10:06.
You got this down to a process.
Oh, Jerry.
Ready to move on?
That's
6
excellent
minutes.
job, Chairman. Chairperson, I'm sorry.
I'd like to call to order the regular board meeting of the Hudson River Black River Regulating District, the November meeting, excuse me. Roll call, Mr. Leslie.
Board Chair Mark Finkel.
Here.
First Vice Chair Kent DeWitt.
Here.
Second Vice Chair Albert Candido.
Here.
Board members Albert Hayes,
Here.
Richard Byrd.
Here.
Nicole Allen.
Here.
And Timothy Reagan.
Here.
Executive Director John Callahan.
Here.
General Counsel Robert Leslie here. Chief Engineer Robert Fulton. Here. Chief Fiscal Officer Timothy Minicha.
Here.
And the Director of Administrative Services Stephanie Rizicki.
Here.
All are accounted for.
Very good. We have anybody wish, public comment period, anybody wish to address the board either online or in the building? Okay. I need approval of the October 15th regular board meeting minutes.
You need the meeting agenda first.
Oh, okay, sorry, you're right, missed that. I need a motion to adopt the meeting agenda. We have no reason to go into executive session that I know of. So I make a motion to adopt the meeting agenda.
I'll make that motion.
Second,
I'll second.
any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And with that, we will move to approval of the October 15th, 2025 regular board meeting minutes. Motion to accept the minutes?
Make that motion.
I'll
Second,
I'll second.
Mr. Hayes, Mr. DeWitt.
further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Next, the report of our executive director, Mr. Callahan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My report appears on page 20 in the packet. The members have had an opportunity to review the report before I pause for any questions, as this is our last meeting of 2025. I wanted to just note briefly a few significant milestones. The team and I are privileged to work with here has been busy, effective, and delivering real results for our customers. First, we rolled out new functionality with our online permit system, making it possible for the first time to apply for work permits online with over 100 work permits processed that way this year, representing 25% of total work permits. We officially closed out one dam rehabilitation at Hawkinsville, completed design and initiated work on the emergent work at Indian Lake, secured the state funding for that work, and with significant help from our state government colleagues, successfully processed the first invoice for that emergent work at Indian Lake. We worked with our state government colleagues also at OGS to advance the final design, the first major overhaul on the Cochranville Dam in the century. We completed design, all permitting, and competitive procurement on a generational investment in our two dams on the Fulton Chain of Lakes, providing the contractor a notice to proceed just over a week ago. We initiated major upgrades to our facilities, including rebuilding the porches here at SFO. You can look right out the window and see the great work of our team. Installation of new energy efficient doors, ADA compliant thresholds, and the approach to the main door here at SFO. Installation of rooftop solar and replacement of the garage at Stillwater in-house, I might add, and that was a team effort as well. We invested in new equipment to allow our personnel to work more effectively, efficiently, and safely. We took major steps, right, Counselor, in holding Brookfield Renewable accountable and seeing that they pay their fair share for the use of Cochranville Dam. Finally, we achieved a major milestone in the stabilization of the regulating district's finances, ending the fiscal year with a positive net position for the first time in nearly a decade. I want to thank my teammates here, not just the ones sitting around this table, but each and every individual at the regulating district who is serving the public each and every day on your behalf. I want to thank the board, without whose support none of this would be possible, and also, of course, the governor and the legislature that has allowed us to move forward with this important capital work. Like every year, 2025 represents not a completion, not a victory lap, right? But rather a foundation for us to follow and build on next year, and those that follow us to build on as well. So with that, we thank the board as a team here. We think we are really delivering for the people that we help protect and serve, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that the members may have, Mr. Chairman.
Any questions? Well, as the board chair, I tell you, it's been a pleasure again, working with the entire staff and the board. And it makes it easy when we have a report like you just gave us. My congratulations to the entire staff.
Team effort.
Thank you.
Any other comments? Okay, next we move, we're gonna be through this in a hurry. Next we move to staff and committee reports.
One thing, just on your thing, going through, what is that hemlock woolly? So there is an agiid, if I'm saying that correctly. It is a small bug that decimates hemlock trees. The combative element, and Rob Fulton and I met with the folks at the Hemlock Initiative, which is a collaboration with New York State DEC to help combat the spread of this woolly agiid, if I'm saying that correctly. And this has been found in various places in the Catskills, and now is at sort of the southern doorstep of the Adirondacks, having been discovered in close proximity to Cochranville Dam and a couple of places just downriver on the river. So the idea is to introduce a beetle that is a predator of this insect, but safe otherwise for the ecology of this area. It's a natural treatment. It's a biological, not a biological treatment, but rather a predator. And that's the means through which they combat it. We learned a lot, I think, not to speak for Rob and Rob the other day when we sat through the presentation on how they will undertake this. But it is a significant issue, and you may have, I'll forward it along to the board. Great Sacandaga Lake is not specifically mentioned, but this particular invasive species was mentioned in an article are highlighted in an article in the Times Union just about a week ago, in the state's efforts to combat the invasive species.
Coincidentally, just a couple of days after we
Right.
learned of this effort. DEC's behind it, DEC's paying for it.
And I heard a few years ago, the hemlocks over our way were being attacked. And I just was curious on more information on what we have here. So could be the same invasive, I'm not sure, but we'll forward that article around it. Thank you. Sorry to interrupt. I just was curious on that. It's a big issue.
Next, we have contracts and actions. And we have a resolution authorizing the employment of a maintenance specialist in the Hudson River area.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This item is to appoint Noah McVean as a new maintenance specialist here at the Sacandaga Field Office. This backfills a vacancy that was created just recently, as the board is aware. Noah McVean has been a seasonal for us this year. He's done a wonderful job. We posted the vacancy in accordance with the contract specifications. Mr. McVean applied, and we're very happy to be recommending his appointment to the board. I note here that we would recommend his appointment to be engaged in water regulation, even if his name were not Noah. That's a significant qualification. He brings a lot of other skills to the table as well. He's a really good teammate, a very conscientious teammate, and we're excited to have him. We were thrilled to have him as a seasonal, augmenting our workforce this year, and pleased to recommend his permanent appointment here on the board. With that, I'll pause for any questions.
How many other applications did you have?
We posted it internally, and his was the single application.
So nothing went outside?
Correct.
No, but three applicants, three seasonals were aware of it.
Yep.
Yeah, I was curious how many people from the outside would have, if we had that for later on information on different things, I'm just curious.
Typically with the number of positions, we will post internally pursuant to the contract specifications and frequently cast a wider net as well. Here we had reason to believe that we'd have three interested qualified internal applicants from the pool of seasonal workers. His was the sole one, and we're very happy that he is interested and that we're in agreement with.
And the reason why when the other guy resigned, talking about going to get more pay. So the reason why I wanted to ask about that is how many applicants did we get?
Sure.
Because that helps us give us a competitive basis against what our actual pays were. That's why I said.
Yeah, even in, we talked a little bit, Mr. Reagan, at the last meeting, even in government these days, municipalities, state level, county level, it's a very competitive hiring environment. And we do recognize, sometimes there are better opportunities, at least from an hourly wage perspective, but we've got a really good working environment here. I think we work safely. We take care of one another. We have a really interesting mission. Our people are very engaged. So, does that necessarily pay all the bills? No, but I think we pay, and it is a negotiated contract. So I think we negotiate fairly and pretty much in line with other state agencies and authorities. But we know a lot of our colleagues in state government are at both the local, county, municipal, and state level are facing the same challenges we are in finding and retaining qualified personnel. I hope we found a very good team member here, and I hope we can retain them for good many years to come.
Very good.
Stephanie, would you add
Well,
anything?
just for point of clarification, I want to point out that the reason our last person left was he was a CDL driver, and he went to a position that was a CDL driver, so they do make quite a bit more money. We don't require it, we prefer a CDL driver for our maintenance person. Our salary does not reflect a CDL driver, which is why we might lose people. So just so this, if we were hiring or had positions for CDL, we would offer a more competitive rate, but we're looking for maintenance who have
Makes sense.
CDL.
Well, I need a resolution authorizing the employment of a maintenance specialist in the Hudson River area.
So moved.
We have a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Hayes, Sal.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any- Excuse me, any opposed? Staff and committee reports, audit committee, Mr. Hayes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. On the audit committee, we had a resolution approving BPAS to perform GASB 75 valuation for fiscal year ending June 30, 2026. Mr. Manicha?
Happy to answer any other questions that may have emerged since the audit committee deliberated on this very important matter.
9 minutes ago.
All in favor, or I'm sorry, excuse me. I need a motion to accept.
I'll make it.
I'll second.
Mr. Reagan, Mr. DeWitt.
Now, any further discussion? I'll call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Staff reports, general counsel, Mr. Leslie.
Well, I had this plan to recite all of these milestones from 2025, but John just stole all my thunder, so. Yeah, I do congratulate him for his leadership in bringing us through all of that. We continue to work with the Civil Recoveries Bureau. Expect to see something relatively soon with regard to our litigation against Erie. And with respect to our Indian Lake Rehab project, where we had a mason fall and resulting in a personal injury. That discovery continues to percolate through. I'm on a number of emails back and forth between our attorney and the attorneys for the various insurance companies that are processing the claim.
Why wouldn't we have any liability? Why isn't that just covered under workers' comp?
It's a serious personal injury. It is
But
covered.
did we have some liability, something that we had not had right there or something?
We are covered under workers' comp.
Yeah.
The sub is not our employee. He sued his contractor and us subrogating their contractor. So he figured out a way to get around the workers' comp issue and is relying on the scaffolding law.
But we
bring
did
his
not do
case.
anything wrong. Well, I was just wondering how they have any liability there, but okay. That's a new wrinkle in that. Yeah, but usually the workers' comp stop, that's the nice thing about workers' comp, it usually stops that from the third party unless there's some sort of huge liability or some, huge, what's the word for it? Where you haven't followed a procedure or something like
Right,
that.
gross negligence.
Yeah, gross negligence. I'm going through that. That's why I was wondering.
Yeah, we don't have that in this case.
Oh.
Other than that, any other questions?
Any questions? Thank you very much. Director of Administrative Services, Mr. Hayes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. A summary of activities and accomplishments completed during the current reporting period located on my report, which is located on page 24 in the board packet. A few items worth noting. I completed the comprehensive agency liaison training for gender-based domestic violence and workplace safety training through the New York State Office of Prevention of Domestic Violence, OPDV. This training has equipped us with the resources and protocols to address these sensitive issues should they arise at our workplace and will enhance the district's preparedness and support for our staff. I participated in the OPDV Purple on the Plaza event, demonstrating the district's commitment to domestic violence prevention and awareness. Coordinating with our vendors, both of whom are MWBEs, women-based businesses, for our ongoing renewal season, preparing all of our documentation to ensure a smooth renewal process for all of our permit holders. I managed our internal recruitment process for the maintenance specialist. If you refer to my report on page 24 for additional details, if not, that completes my report.
Any questions, comments? Thank you very much. Chief Fiscal Officer, Mr. Manicha.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. You can find the CFO report on page 28 of your packet. In addition to the usual, in my fiscal summary, in addition to the usual year-to-date discussion of cash on hand, revenue and expenses in comparison to the same period in the prior year. I also included a mention of the status of the regulating district's filing of a federal tax return for the very first time. This is the process included in the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022, allowing entities eligible for clean energy tax credits to apply for them. Regulating district is required to submit an IRS Form 990T and supporting schedules. The tax unit of EFPR Advisory LLC, the regulating district's independent auditor, is assisting with this task, and we believe that we will submit this information to the IRS by the end of the week in hope of receiving the tax credit to which we believe the regulating district is eligible. And I'm happy to answer any questions about that if anyone has them. Hearing none, Mr. Chair, before I pass the talking stick back to you, I'd also like to call your attention to the signed affidavit. You can find on page 50 of your packet. It lists necessary and reasonable expenses incurred by a board member relating to his participation in the previous board meeting. Article 3, Section 2 of the regulating district's bylaws require the board to approve payment before any reimbursement can be made. And before you ask for a motion to approve these expense reimbursements, I'm happy to answer any questions you or the other board members may have about them.
Any questions or comments? If not, a motion to approve the expenses?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Mr. Reagan, Mr. DeWitt.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Any other questions or comments for Lisa? If not, our chief engineer, Mr. Fulton.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My report begins on page 51. October brought us continuation of below average precipitation, approximately 50% historic average in both the Black and in the Hudson River areas, with Hudson River inflow to Great Sacandaga Lake averaging approximately 8% of historic average, and Stillwater experiencing only about 19% of historic average inflow. Happy to say that the more recent rain that we've received at the very end of October, prior to my report being written, and the first 13 days of November, has allowed us to recover some of that lower elevation that we're experiencing both in Great Sacandaga Lake, especially at Indian Lake and at Stillwater, which allows us to get closer to our target elevation. And Six Lake and Old Forge are tracking nicely, consistent with the rate we draw down throughout the fall in preparation for refilling in the spring. Construction activity summary is provided for Indian Lake. The contractor at Indian Lake did begin installing the concrete precast foundation panels that will help reinforce the gatehouse foundation. And on November 7th, for the Old Forge and Six Lake rehabilitation project, on November 7th, we did issue a notice to proceed to Tioga Construction and have our pre-construction kickoff meeting scheduled for November 21st. So that project is officially underway. That concludes my report. I'd be happy to answer any questions if there are any.
Any questions, comments? Thank you very much. Any other board member questions or comments? If not,
Mr. Chair, I'll just note, I'm sure the board would join all staff in wishing Galway volleyball the very best luck.
absolutely.
Thank you.
And on behalf of myself and the board, wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving and holiday season and we're thinking of it. Any other board member comment? Very quickly, I was privileged to go to Old Forge and discuss the new dams with our public hearing. And it was a good experience, and we got very good response, I thought. Very positive towards the project.
It's nice for Mr. Bird to join us as well, and
Yeah.
I think we had a very engaged public that maybe no less engaged in the second seating, but maybe just the numbers were down a little bit. But some really good questions, and thank you for joining us, Mr. Chairman, and of course, Mr. Bird. I think we came away with an appreciation of how much people are interested in this project and want to see it happen.
Yeah. Last, I need a resolution for the next board meeting, which would be January 13th, tentatively scheduled for this building SFO.
I'll make that motion.
We need a second?
The second that.
That'll be both the organizational meeting and the annual meeting.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So be it. Now I need a motion to adjourn.
I will.
I'll second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everybody.
Or otherwise known as the organizational meeting and the regular meeting. Sorry about that.